Howdy folks, welcome back to Out of Ore. I'm standing here on my wash plant because it needs water now. Thanks to a comment on my Discord, someone was asking about it. And I hadn't used wash plant in quite a while. I've just been running ore, but I went and checked, and sure enough, if I send pay dirt through it, I just get dirt out. And you can see there's a connector on the bottom. So we need some water up here. So we're going to work on that, and then I wanted to move the walkway down here for my truck loading. I don't remember why I put it over here, but it'd make more sense to have it here, so I'm going to move that. So we're going to do a little redecorating. And then I need to get a water pump hooked up and some pipe in place. Then I'm going to have to get some paint as well. Alright, so we'll do that, and then I need the wood blocks up here. So basically it's just moving this over. That on there, and then I don't have any metal, so we'll just do the we'll just do wood like it was. Do a little power jump. There we go. A little low on wood blocks. Probably need to get some trees cut down. Now this yellow is just regular yellow, I think. So if I go here, we'll get some yellow paint. I'm pretty sure it's just this yellow. It's probably like 10 of those. Yeah. I'm not matching the bumpers from the decoration pack. I do get a lot of questions about the like the outhouse and the cones and stuff like that. There is a DLC decorative pack. It doesn't add any functionality to the game. It's just more decoration pieces. So that's where a lot of this stuff comes from that you see that you're like, I don't have that in my game. That is why. Here we go. Can we paint the wood? No. Okay. Does it take away the paint? No. Okay, well, good. They fixed that. Can I paint this twice? Yes, you can still paint stuff twice and it takes away your paint. Alrighty, so we need a water pump. So the water block, that's something that comes with the DLC, and you can see it's the Mine Deco DLC. That's where this stuff comes from. We need a water pump. If we just click on this. Water pump for the pipelines. Only works when placed on grass or snow. And then it takes some power. And it outputs water. We're going to buy one of those. And then let's go see where we might be able to put this. It has to be on grass. So I'm thinking we could probably just put it up here somewhere. I do want it on grid build so it'll line up. And then we're going to need some power, it looks like. Interesting. So I could maybe just put it right here. But I need to dig around it a little bit, which may then make it not show up. Oh, never mind. I see it's red. It needs to be placed on grass or snow. I mean, it's on grass. Does it have to be above? Okay, so it has to be above the grass. Got it. So I might need to put it on top of something. We line this up here. Is that not going to work? Not enough grass, maybe? Yeah, it doesn't like that. Okay, well, we know it will work. It'll work over here. Okay, it likes that spot. So if I put a wood block here. Okay, so it literally has to like be touching the grass. So that's going to be a challenge to make it grid mode then and actually line up with stuff. But maybe I need to build backwards and then I could attach it like in the air where it's touching grass in the right spot. So we'll go with that approach. Let's get you back down there, and then I need to go to, I think it's going to be under pipeline. Yeah, here it is. So we know we're going to need at least a right hand to hook into the water, and then we're going to need some straights. We get an 8-meter straight. Nice. We're going to need to come up as well. Let's try one of these. We'll see how we get along. Oh no, I need a down. My bad. I was thinking backwards. We need a down. Down, 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 down. Those both say down 8x4, but I think one of them is supposed to say 8x6. Pretty sure that's supposed to be an 8x6. Yeah, it says down 8x4. Down 8x4. I think it's just mislabeled. There we go. We'll dig a little dirt around. Get that out a bit. Let's get another down, but just maybe a 4x4. We're gonna have to do some experimenting here. And then if I throw that on there, do we get a... No. Sill doesn't like it. So what if I do that? No, it doesn't like that either. All right, let me do some playing around. See where I need this water pump. Exactly. And I'll be back. There we go. Pump will work if placed here. So, I wonder if you can then dig around it and it still works. We'll find out. But I want to get some of these trees and stuff out of the way. Those bushes that are the bane of my existence. I kind of want to make this look, you know, somewhat plausible. So let's get the dirt down there. Let's get these guys back up here. May have to go make some more of these. And then I need to dig all this out so that it looks reasonable, but at least we have the pump placed now. Although I guess now that I have the pump there, I could do something different with the piping, since we know it should work there. So what if I had the, if I go back to the down, does this come up steeper? No, it's just the angle is the same. Do we have any kind of vertical? We don't have the equivalent of an elevator. All right, fair enough. That's just it's just the same. Right? Or is that? Yeah, that's just the same. All right. Well, this should be a different angle though, right? Yeah, it's a slightly different angle, I think. Anyway, I'm gonna have to figure out something here. I gotta, I guess, dig a lot of dirt, so. I don't know, do you guys want to see me dig a bunch of dirt? I never know what to cut out. We'll leave it in. We'll do it live. So I need to cut some dirt out here. And then we have the other guy coming on up like so. Have you. Then of course I need to get power over here as well for the water pump. It takes power, right? One would assume it takes power. Well, I think we have to feed it with the little guy, the conveyor thingy. You know, that's the official term, right? Conveyor thingy. So I'll have to get power over here for that. So if we go to power, we need the power input 1x speed. Here we go. Need one of these over here. That'll be the power. I get used to the fast tools and I forget how slow the axe is. Grab some of this wood up here because we're going to need it. Anyway. Come on, bush. Go away. Okay, so we got that. I need to look and see what kind of power poles I have. And you may hear some noise in the background. Wife's using a blender or something. So. She never cares if I'm recording. So. It's just my silly little hobby. Doesn't matter. Oh, more wood. There we go. Okay, I don't have any more of these things, but I can add those in later. We need to come up or down, technically one more, and then across. Oh, that started making noise. It says red. Is that because I moved the dirt, or because I put the thing under it? Oh boy. Well, let's get some power over here and we'll see if it actually does work. It's making noise, which makes me kind of think it's working. I don't remember... What size were these poles? 1400? We're at about... Yeah, we're a little around 800, so that should be fine. So we're going to need some power poles of the 1400 variety. I don't know how many of those we're going to need. That's the wrong thing. This is what I meant to buy. Luckily I have all kinds of money, so that's no problem. Oops, I need to be on this guy. Let's try here. These don't necessarily need to be on the grid, though, do they? We'll put these on snap. I think that's going to be too far. I think you have to get these fairly close together. They're going to work? Nope, too far. So we'll try, like, say, there, to there, to there, maybe? And click you, click you, click you, and click you. Perfect. All right, do we get water out of here? That's the question. But it doesn't let me hit the on button. Wait, how much power does that take? 100 kilowatts. I'm confused. These take... I didn't think these things took power. Oh, is it because I'm feeding it in twice? Maybe it would pick up power off the connection? Oh man, if this doesn't work now because I moved a little dirt, that's going to be really disappointing. Or does that mean it's working? I don't know. There's not a lot of feedback sometimes in the game to let you know what's going on. Pipeline speed, pipeline load. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to try it. See what happens. Yeah, I don't think I need that. I don't think I need these poles. I thought I'd have to feed it, but it, you know, in hindsight, that doesn't make any sense because it's hooked into the grid. I think we're good. Maybe. Let's go get some pay dirt and we'll run it through. Hey, level 36. Look at us go. Alright, let's get you back down there. These guys out of here. So let's just go grab like 10 pay dirt. Whee! Maybe more. Hey, let's go do 20. Nice even number. And we'll run it through and we'll see what we get. Oh, I had like an animation. I think that is working. I don't know why the water pump's red. Yeah, it works. Okay. Weird. Why does the water pump say it's red? Okay. Yeah, that appears to be working, so I'm going to leave it alone. Let's go back to grid mode. Yeah, I'll make this look a little better at some point. Get it all fixed up, but at least it's working now. So we can run pay dirt through. Do need to get rid of this. This looks really dumb with dirt in the middle of the conveyor. Or I guess technically it's a pipeline. Let's get right down in here. I can see what I'm doing. Alright, let's get rid of that pipe for now. Some of the conveyors and stuff will clip the dirt out of the way now, I noticed. But the pipelines apparently do not. Yeah, they start making noise as soon as they're hooked up because they're powered. Makes sense. So you get some of this dirt out of the way. I'll get some more wooden supports made and we'll be golden. Alright, cool. Well, that makes me want to run some pay dirt. But let's get this, these logs going here first. Got my little, remember this little workbench? It's been a while since we were up here. We'll make some beams. So one thing I thought about doing was moving all this stuff and then starting a pay dirt like face here with the excavator, but I don't know if I'll do that or not. We'll see. I think for now I'm just going to grab some with the front loader. Does this thing still work? Been a hot minute. I could start, you know, feeding some of that in there. Be interesting to see if this thing actually uses fuel. Whee! Some of the stuff doesn't use fuel. I don't know if that's a vehicle bug or an overall bug. Nice short trip here. I've got a lot of waste. waste material here, but we'll just scoop it. Beautiful. I was gonna look real quick. I had a comment about a 2350. Okay, so that I was thinking that was the bigger one. So we got 9 more levels to go before we can get to this, to a bigger loader. I think it was Brian Jensen was commenting about the 2355. That'll be in our future. Need to get some more levels. You just scoop some of this too. It's throwing us around. When I've redone my smelter setup, I don't think I've showed that in the video yet. I did a bunch of recording all at once, like the last 3 episodes. I don't remember for sure what I showed in there, but I did set up the smelter slightly different. So when I dump now, by default that goes into the ingot making, and then if I want to do beams, I do it over on the side rather than the other way around. It just made more sense. So by default, if I just dump in there, and it'll go through and make ingots. Or I can turn off the hopper that I dump into and grab iron ore to make the steel beams. It's not like I'm hurting for money, even on hardcore mode. All right, get some of this overburden here. Not as far up as I can reach. But I just wanted to run some pay dirt through the new wash plant. I like that it's got animations now. That's pretty cool. Remember what key to push. I know the jumping's a little ridiculous, but it's a way to get around. Yeah, that's cool. It's got a nice little animation now. Mostly running dirt at the moment, it looks like. Hopefully we'll get some pay dirt at some point. Yeah, we're up to like almost 100 gold ore, so that's working its way through. I don't know what happens if you dump the ruby and diamond ore. Does it just go through and end up in the storage? Like, it won't smelt, so we'll see. Go ahead and add that dirt in there. Well, it's going to be a while before I have a truckload of gold. I could take the dirt somewhere and dump it. Yeah, let's actually do that. I don't know how that works. Can I just dump it in the truck? Oh no, I've still got a bunch of copper ore in there. I wasn't looking down here. We need to haul some copper before we mess around with dirt. So let's do that. Let's get her loaded up. Hopefully don't overload everything, shut it down. What's our total? Well, this one's different. I forgot it's running on its own, so it won't matter. Alright, now we can just walk down here and right across. It makes a little more sense. Especially when you get out of the truck. You just run around the front of the truck and across. Here we go. Nice little water pump back there. Actually, while that's loading, what I could do is run over and kick off the crafting. Those boxes, although I might move this. If I'm gonna move this, might as well just go ahead and grab this stuff. Let's move this workbench, because I may end up moving this stuff and working this pay dirt bench here. Maybe. What happened to my other... What happened to my other ramp? Weird. Okay. Yeah, it's starting to get full. Yeah, that's odd. Maybe I just never added it when I expanded that out. Who knows? Let's see. Is it this guy I want? Yeah. And then I want the next one down. Just manually do this. You go there. That'll work. Oh, I think we're spilling out. Turn it off. We need a button. Can I put this workbench down? I can put it right here. Perfect. Then make me some wood blocks. I can make a whopping 2 wood blocks. Well, we're going to have to work on that. Alright, let's get rid of the stuff we're not using. I always just rebuy this stuff. I've got so much money, it's not even funny. Alright, let's take some copper ore down. And I think that'll do it for this video. I believe this is all copper ore. Yeah, I think I made that wider with the yellow metal, and then I just never made the ramp part. And fuel-wise, are we using any fuel? We're at the kind of the big tick mark. Yeah, I think this is using fuel. Okay, maybe they fixed that. There's been a few hot fixes here and there. Oh, and somebody told me in a comment as well, thank you. They said you can turn on the light by pushing E when you're looking at it, so I'll have to give that a whirl. So this mostly looks the same, but this because the smelters are almost the same, but the one right ahead of the truck is the high temp now. So when I dump, it just goes into the normal smelter and gets turned into bars. So I should get a bunch of copper bars out the other end. Alright, so if I push E on this... No? Oh. Does it not work in third person? Yeah, third person, like, they raycast from the camera instead of from the player. So here it's probably blocked. Yeah, you can turn that on. Okay, cool. Thanks for the tip. So you can see I redid this a little bit. I still got the walkway, but it's slightly different spot. The high temp smelter is there, and it just goes out. Loops back around. So if we want to make steel beams, they'll end up over here. And then whatever we dump gets turned into ingots over here. So we got some iron and some copper. And we can just sell that. So that's how the smeltery is set up right now. Nope, that was the wrong button. Alright, I'm not sure what's next. We're going to keep playing around here. Hauling ore. Might do something with the coal power plant. I haven't decided yet. With no auto shut off, it's just more fiddly than I really want to mess with, but we'll see. I thought about building like a big power line up the road, you know, to power this from the coal power plant down there. That might be an interesting project. I don't know. I've got some ideas. We'll just we'll see what the next episode holds. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll catch you in the next adventure. Take care.